Hello dear students. Today I will discuss part 11 of unit 6 P block elements. As in previous lecture, that is part 10, I told you about some general chemical properties of group 17. These properties are oxidation state, and I also told you about reactivity of halogen in terms of low bond dissociation enthalpy. I also told you about the relation of oxidizing nature and reduction potential. In that I told you that halogen have more positive E0 value, that's why they are more stronger oxidizing agent, out of which fluorine is strongest oxidizing agent due to more positive, that is plus 2.87 E0 value. I also told you about the stability of oxidation state, that is fluorine is only form -1 oxidation state. This is due to most electronegative nature of fluorine and also due to absence of d orbitals, but other halogens can also form -1 to +7 oxidation state. This is due to presence of d orbitals in their valence shell. Now the students, after studying part 11, you will be able to explain chemical properties such as reactivity towards hydrogen, that is formation of HX, that is hydrogen halide, then reactivity towards oxygen, that is formation of oxide of fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, out of which the important oxides are belong to basically fluorine and chlorine. This you have to know in detail also. Then properties of some halogen oxides, that is mainly of fluorine oxide and chlorine oxide. One more thing you have to note it down for fluorine oxide, that is it is known as oxygen fluoride, not oxide. This is due to more electronegativity of fluorine atom. And then you have to know about reactivity towards metal, that is formation of metal halide. And also you can see the role of Fajan rules to finding the covalent characters of metal halides. So these are some basic points which I discuss in this lecture. So now the students, let us focus on reactivity towards hydrogen, that is formation of HX type hydride. Here X denote the halogen, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So now the students, as you know that halogen are very reactive elements, so that's why they all react with hydrogen to give hydrogen halide. But affinity for hydrogen decreases from fluorine to iodine. This is due to decrease in electronegativity, increase in size and also decrease in oxidizing property of halogen. Now the students, as you know that they are soluble in water, so that's why they dissolve in water to form hydrohalic acid. Some more points you have to note it down about HF. HF is corrosive and etches glass and also cause very painful skin wound. This is due to they arises partially by dehydrating the tissue and partially from acidic nature of HF. And you know that the wound are slow to heal because fluorine minus, that is F minus ions, remove calcium 2 plus ion from the tissue. So that's why the healing process of wound is slow. And some more points you have noted down that about the toxicity of HF. The gaseous HF is also very toxic, that is 3 ppm compared to HCN that is required 10 ppm. So that means HF in small amount is more toxic than as compared to HCl. So nowadays students, some of properties of hydrogen halides are given in the form of table. These properties are very much important for examination point of view, and also you have to note it down their order, that is increasing order or decreasing order down the group. So let us focus on the properties and their order, and also you have to know the reason behind these order. So look about this melting points. The first property, so look the value of melting points in Kelvin for HF, HCl, HBr, HI. So here the melting point of HF is 190, HCl is 159, HBr is 185, HI is 222. So look about the melting points and find the order. So by seeing the melting points value, you know that HI have highest melting point than other halide. So order is like this: HI is more melting points than HF, HF has more melting point than HBr, HBr have more melting point than HCl. So one question may be arises, why the melting point of HF is more than HCl and HBr. So your answer should be in the term of H bonding. So due to presence of H bonding, HF have more melting points, but HI have melting points more than other halide. This is due to more molar mass. Now next property, that is boiling points. So again look the value of boiling point in Kelvin. The boiling point of HF is 293, the boiling point of HCl is 189, the boiling point of HBr is 206, the boiling point of HI is 238. So again look at here, the boiling point is highest for HF. This is again due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, but the boiling point of HI is more. This is due to again more molar mass. So about boiling point, I told so many times that boiling point depend upon molar mass, that is directly proportional to molar mass, and also depend upon the H bonding, and boiling points also depend upon the surface area. So in this condition, HF have more boiling point. This is due to H bonding, but HI have more boiling point than HCl and HBr. This is due to more molar mass. So nowadays students, next property pK. pK is equal to minus log K. Here K is known as acid constant. That means more the acidic property, more will be the value of acid constant, but less will be the value of Ka. So that means less the value of Ka, more will be the acidic property. So now look at here, the pK value of HF is 3.2, HCl is minus 7.0, HBr is minus 9.5, and HI is minus 10. So look at here, minimum the pK value, more will be the acidic property, just like a minimum the pH, more will be the acidic nature. So here HI is strongest acid than other hydrides. This you can also find by this way, due to large size of iodine, the bond length between the H and I is more, and that's why the bond stability is less, and hence HI is more acidic than other halides. Now the students, next property, delta dissociation S, that is delta means change, dissociation, H means enthalpy. This is in kilojoule per mole, and also thermal stability. So look the value of delta dissociation H naught, here not with standard condition. So now look the value of HF 574, HCl 432, HBr 363, and HI is 295. So this is value is more for HF. So this is again due to small size, the bond length between HF is minimum than HI. That's why the bond dissociation enthalpy of HF is more than other hydrogen halides, and hence the stability of HF bond is more than other halides. So look the thermal stability, HF is more stable than HCl, HCl is more stable than HBr, and HBr is more stable than HI. So this answer you can also written in term of bond length and bond dissociation enthalpy. Now dear students, next property, acidic strength. So this I told you in pKa, but here you also have to know about the acidic strength. So I told you that out of these hydrides, the most acidic hydride are Hi. This is due to more bond length and less bond dissociation enthalpy. So the order of acidic strength are like this: HF is weak acid, then HCl, HCl is weak acid, then HBr, HBr is weak acid, then Hi. So this is the acidic strength order. This also you have to know that one question may be arises, if out of Hi and HCl which are more acidic and why. So the answer is Hi. This is due to more bond length and less bond dissociation enthalpy. This is due to large size of iodine. Now dear students, next property, dipole moments. It is given in dY. So this can also be found by difference in electronegativity. So focus on the electronegative value. That is, the electronegativity of fluorine is 4.0, Cl is 3.0, Br is 2.8 and I is 2.5, and the electronegativity value of H is 2.1. So now look the difference between HF. The electronegative value of H is 2.1 and the electronegative value of F is 4.0. So now the difference is 1.9, and the difference of electronegativity between the HCl is nearly 0.9, and the difference between electronegativity of HBr is 0.7 and between Hi is 0.4. So less the difference in electronegativity, less will be the dipole moment. So that's why HF have more dipole moment, that is more polar than other hydrogen halides. So look the value of dipole moments, 1.86 D. D means dy, it is a unit of dipole moments. HCl have dipole moment value 1.11, HBr 0.79 and Hi have 0.39. So this you can also understand by the difference in electronegativity value. More the difference in electronegativity value, more will be the dipole moments. Now dear students, next property, that the reducing nature. This is also very important for examination point of view. This nature is similarly than acidic strength, and answer is also same. The more the bond length between the Hi, less will be the bond dissociation enthalpy, or more will be the reducing property. So again the order is same. HF is less reducing than HCl, HCl is less reducing than HBr, HBr is less reducing than Hi. So that is, Hi is strongest acid and also strongest reducing agent. Now dear students, next property, bond length between the HX. This you also have to know in picometer. The bond length between HF is 91.7 and between HCl is 127.4, between HBr is 141.4 and between Hi is 160.9. So by this way you also can find that bond length between Hi is more and bond strength is minimum. That's why acidic strength and reducing property of Hi is much more for hydrogen iodide. So by this way you can know the reactivity towards hydrogen and the property of these hydrides. So now dear students, some more noteworthy points regarding the hydrogen halides you can be noted down. That is constant boiling mixture. About this mixture I told you in chapter 2nd, solution. This constant boiling mixture is also known as azeotrophs, and I also told you that the constant boiling mixtures are formed by non-ideal solution having either positive deviation or negative deviation. One more thing I told you that acid plus water can form negative deviation. So that's why here these acids with water form negative deviation and also form constant boiling mixture. As you know that these are fairly soluble in water, so that's why they can form constant boiling mixture with water, in which the percentage composition of HF is 36%. In that condition, the boiling point of HF with water is 393 Kelvin. Similarly, the composition of HCl is 20.4% with water, In that condition, the boiling point of this constant boiling mixture is 383. So this is another important points regarding the hydrogen halides. One more points you have to note it down, that about the volatile nature. Here HCl is more volatile than other hydrides. Now students, let us focus on reactivity towards oxygen, that is formation of oxide. So as you know that halogens are more reactive, so that's why halogen form many oxide with oxygen, but most of them are unstable. That's why they work as powerful oxidizing agent. Nowadays students, let us focus on the oxides of halogen. So first of all, you have to know about the oxide of fluorine, that is fluorine form 2 oxide, OF2, this is pale yellow solid, and O2F2, it is unstable orange yellow solid. Nowadays students, however, only OF2 is thermally stable at 298 Kelvin. Now these oxides are essentially oxygen fluorides because of higher electronegativity of fluorine than oxygen. So one question may be arises that why the oxide of fluorine is not called oxide, even it called fluoride. So this is your answer in term of electronegativity. So due to high electronegativity of fluorine, the combination of oxygen with fluorine is known as fluoride, not oxide. Some more points you have to note it down about the oxide of fluorine, that is both are strong fluorinating agent, that means it provides fluorine. Here O2F2 oxidize plutonium to PuF6 and the reaction is used in removing plutonium as PuF6 from spent nuclear fuel. So as you know that plutonium is used in the nuclear power plant as a fuel. So the left fuel can be removed in the form of PuF6 by O2F2. So these are the use of O2F2. Some more point you have to note it down. O2F2 has similar structure of H2O2 except OO bond length of 1.22 angstrom is much shorter than OO bond distance of 1.45 angstrom in H2O2, and also the OF bond length are 1.58 angstrom in O2F2, which is longer than the OF bond in OF2. So these all about the oxide of fluorine, that is known as fluorides. Nowadays students, some more points you have to note it down, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine form oxide in which the oxidation state of these halogens range from +1 to +7. Then you have to note it down that a combination of kinetic, that is chemical kinetics, and thermodynamic factor, that is the value of delta G, lead to generally decreasing order of stability of oxide by halogens like this, that is iodine form more stable oxide than chlorine and chlorine form more stable oxide than bromine. Nowadays students, some more point you have noted down that the higher oxides of halogen tend to be more stable than lower ones. This can you understand better by Fajan rule, that is more the charge on central atom, that is on halogen, more will be the power of polarization and hence more will be the covalent character. By this way you can also find the acidic nature of higher state, that is for example if oxides of chlorine are given like this Cl2O which contains +1 charge, then ClO2 this contains +4 charge, Cl2O6 this contains +6 charge, then Cl2O7 this contains +7 charge. So, and one question is arises to find the order of acidity. In that condition more the charge on central atom, that is on chlorine, more will be the acidic characters. This can also be found by the Fajan rules. This I told you so many times, the importance of Fajan rules in learning the p block elements. Now dear students, look the structure of OF2 and OCl2. Here the bond angle between OF, that is FOF, is 103 and ClOCl is 111 degree. This I also told you that if the central atom are same, in that condition, if the surrounding atoms is bigger in size and less electronegative, in that condition the bond angle increases. So look at here, Cl is less electronegative than fluorine, so that's why these have more bond angles than OF2. And about the bond length, the OF bond length is smaller than OCl. This you can look in the diagram. This is again due to the small size of fluorine have less bond length in comparison to large size of chlorine, which are bonded with the oxygen atom. Now dear students, let us focus on the oxides of chlorine. So chlorine oxides have form number of oxides. These oxides are given below. That is Cl2O, it is brownish yellow gas. ClO2, this is yellow gas. Cl2O6, this is liquid, dark red, solid, yellow. And Cl2O7, this is colorless solid. These are highly reactive oxidizing agent and tend to explode. Now dear students, again you can think about the acidic nature of these oxides. The more the positive charge on Cl, more will be the acidic nature. Out of these oxide, Cl2O7 is more acidic. This is due to again Fajan rules. To learn the Fajan rules properly, to find the covalent characters and also to find the acidic characters in covalent molecules. One more things you have to note it down, that here the Cl and O is non-metals, so the bond formed between the Cl and O is covalent. This I also told you that the covalent bond formed between non-metals and non-metals, and the ionic bond is formed between metal and non-metal. So now dear students, let us focus about the oxides of chlorine in detail. The first oxide is known as dichlorooxide. Here the oxides of chlorine is known as oxide. This is due to less electronegativity of Cl than oxygen. The liquid Cl2O explode readily on heating or sparking, forming Cl2 and O2. Next property of Cl2O, it also undergoes photochemical decomposition like this. 2Cl2O, this will break and gives 2Cl2 plus O2. This is also type of decomposition. Some more property noted down. It dissolves in water, giving golden yellow solution of hypochlorous acid, that is HClO. This is unstable. It is thus anhydride of hypochlorous acid. So look the reaction, Cl2 plus water, this will gives 2HClO. One thing I also told you that acid minus water, this will gives anhydrides, and anhydride plus water will gives you acid. So here anhydride plus water gives acid, so that's why the anhydride is come from the hypochlorous acid. Now look the structure. Here structures are given of OCl2. The bond angles between ClO, Cl is 111 and the bond length between the O and Cl is 171 picometer. Here oxygen central atom. You can also find the hybridization. Oxygen have 6 electrons in valence shell. Here 2 electrons are in the form of bond, 4 electrons are left in the form of lone pair. So 2 lone pairs, 2 bond pair. This will gives sp3 hybridization, and the shape is bent just like a water. This is due to lone pair and lone pair bond pair repulsion. So one question may be arises about the anhydride nature of Cl2O and also about the structure of Cl2O. Now the students, next chlorine dioxide. Again look at here. The formula is ClO2. ClO2 is used as bleaching agent. This I also told you that bleach means they remove the color from the substance. That means the colored substance become colorless. Now the students, this is bleaching agent for paper pulp, that is the cellulose also of tree, plant and textile, and in the also used in water treatment as a bleaching purpose, which can sterilize the water. It is also paramagnetic nature. This I also told you that about the paramagnetic nature. If electrons in the form of unpaired, that means one electron at least is unpaired, in that condition the compound is paramagnetic. If the all electrons are paired, so they are known as diamagnetic. So look here the structure. Cl have one unpaired electrons, so that's why it is paramagnetic in nature. Now some more points. It dissolves in water, giving a mixture of chlorous acid and chloric acid. So that's why ClO2 is also known as mixed anhydride. Here mixed anhydride means it gives two type of acid. So look at here again. 2ClO2 plus 1 water. This will gives HClO2, that is chlorous acid, and HClO3, that is chloric acid. So this is anhydride of two type of acid. Again noted down that acid minus water gives anhydride, but anhydride plus water gives acid. So by this way you can also find the acidic nature and also find the anhydride of acid. Now dear students, the molecule is supposed to contain a 3 electron bond. Its structure is believed to be resonance hybrid of following two structure. Look at here properly. Here 3 electron bond are seen. So that's why this molecule also behave as paramagnetic nature. Now look the structure. The bond angle between OClO bond is 118 and the bond length is 147 picometer. This is due to partial double bond character between both ClO bond. That's why both ClO bond have same bond length. So look the structure properly. By this way you can find the bond angles, bond length and also the unpaired nature of this molecule. Now dear students, the molecule is paramagnetic. Again this I told you, due to the presence of 3 electron bond. That is, the resonance structure so that the Cl have 1 electrons unpaired. That's why this is paramagnetic in nature. Now dear students, next oxide is dichlorine hexaoxide. The formula is Cl2O6. It is also a strong oxidizing agent. It reacts with water forming chloric acid and perchloric acid. So that's why this is also a type of mixed anhydride. So maybe one question is arises. We write the example of mixed anhydride of chlorine. So by this way you can write the mixed anhydride. So Cl2O6 plus water, this will gives HClO3 plus HClO4. The HClO3 is known as chloric acid and HClO4 is known as perchloric acid. This is also an example of oxo acid of chlorine. In both acid, HClO4 is stronger acid. This can also be found by the Fajan rule. Here Cl have plus 7 charge. So look the condition, H plus 1. Cl pe charge you can take X and the charge on O is 4 into minus 2. This will be 0. So by this way you can find the value of X is plus 7. And HClO3 have plus 5 charge. So that's why more the charge, more will be the acidic property. So now dear students, next point. In the vapor state, it exists as ClO3 molecules having 1 unpaired electrons, that is which have odd electrons and hence paramagnetic in nature. While in liquid state, it is in dimeric form having even number of electrons, hence diamagnetic in nature. So look the diagram. So the diagram of Cl2O6 is like that. Here Cl bond is formed. So maybe one question arises, out of the oxide of Cl which have Cl bond. So this oxide of Cl have Cl bond like this. Now dear students, next oxide is dichlorine heptaoxide. The formula is Cl2O7. It is a colorless oily liquid which is explosive in nature. It is only exothermic oxide of chlorine. Due to explosive nature, it slowly reacts with water forming perchloric acid. That's why it is thus anhydride of perchloric acid. So look the reaction, Cl2O7 plus water, this will gives 2HClO4. So by this way you can also know that this is also a type of anhydride of perchloric acid. Now look the structure. Here ClO and Cl bond is formed and the bond angle between them is 119 degree. These oxide. Now some more oxide, that is the bromine oxide. So these oxides are basically least stable. The oxides of bromine are Br2O, this is dark brown liquid, BrO2, this is pale yellow liquid solid, BrO3 are least stable hydrogen oxide. So this is due to basically middle row anomaly. What about the middle row anomaly? Just you have to know that when you move from fluorine, then chlorine and then bromine, so fluorine and chlorine gases form. Now the state are just changed in the liquid form, that is Br2 now in liquid form, and this is belong to the middle of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. So that's why this is known as middle row anomaly. So by this way you can write also the answer, and exist only at low temperature. So they are powerful oxidizing agent due to instability. Some more point you have to note it down about the oxide of bromine. Bromine does not exhibit +7 oxidation state, that is HBrO4 and Br2O7 are not found. This is due to, in case of Br, the penultimate cell, that is 3s2 3p6 3d10 is weak in shielding or screening effect. That's why the energy required to promote an electron from 4s orbital is higher than in chlorine, and thus bromine does not show +7 oxidation state. Here the shielding means the production of outermost electron from the attraction of nucleus by the inner electrons is known as shielding effect. So due to this reason Br do not show +7 oxidation state. Now next oxide is iodine oxide, that is I2O4. This is yellow hygroscopic solid. I2O5, I2O7 are insoluble solid and decompose on heating. That is these oxides are unstable. Out of this, I2O5 is very good oxidizing agent and used in the estimation of carbon monoxide. By the reaction 5CO plus I2O5, this will give 5CO2 plus I2. The I2 liberated are titrated against sodium thiosulfate to find the, that is to estimate the carbon monoxide. Now dear students, some more point to note it down about the oxide of iodine, that is I2O4 and I4O9 are also ionic in nature and exist as, that is I2O4 are exist as IO plus dot IO3 minus. So these are some important points regarding the oxides of halogen. Now dear students, next chemical property, reactivity towards halogen. So look at here, halogen due to very reactive natures also react with the metal to form metal halides. One reactions are given here to explain the formation of metal halides. Mg is the metal and Br2 non-metals in liquid form. This will react and form MgBr2, that is the metal halides. Some more points regarding the metal halides, you have to note it down that this is also very important for examination point of view. The ionic character of halides decreases in the order like this. Mf is more ionic than MCl, MCl is more ionic than MBr, MBr is more ionic than Mi. Here M is monovalent metal. So now one examples you can take. Think about one examples. NaCl, NaF, NaBr, Nai is given to you, and one question is asking that out of these sodium halides which are more covalent and which is more ionic. So again learn about the Fajan rule. In case of NaF, NaCl, NaBr, Nai, the cations is common, that is Na. So now think about the anions. According to Fajan rules, large the size of anion, more will be the power of polarization, and hence more will be the polarizability, and hence more will be the covalent character. So now this way you can get that Nai is more covalent than NaF. So that means NaF is more ionic than Nai. Some more points you have to note it down. That is, the halides in higher oxidation state will be more covalent than the halides with lower oxidation state. Now some examples are given here to explain this. Now think about that. If you have given that PbCl4 and PbCl2, and one question arises, out of these halides which are more covalent, so think about the charge on the central atom, that is Pb. In case of PbCl4, the charge on Pb is +4, but in case of PbCl2, the charge on Pb is +2. So more the charge, more will be the power of polarization to anions according to Fajan rules. So that's why PbCl4 is more covalent than PbCl2. Again similarly, SnCl4 and SnCl2 are given to you. So again the same answer, SnCl4 is more covalent than SnCl2. One more thing noted down that is sometime the reverse question can be asked that out of PbCl4 and PbCl2 which are more ionic. So the reverse of covalent is more ionic, that is PbCl2 is more ionic than PbCl4. Some more question may be arises, UF6 and UF4 is given to you. So again here uranium have +6 charge, uranium having +4 charge. So out of those charge, more the charge on uranium, more will be the covalent property. So this type of question may be arises in board examination. So you have to focus in these question also. Now dear students, some worked out examples related to the topics are given here. You have to focus on the question and their answer also. So why is HF the weakest acid among the hydrohalo acid in spite of the fact that fluorine is most electronegative? So this I told you in reactivity of hydrogen, that is HF is weakest acid among hydrogen halides because of high bond dissociation enthalpy, and this is due to smallest bond length. Here no role of electronegativity take place. Here the breaking of bond take place. In case of Hi is easily, so that's why Hi is the strongest acid out of these hydrides. Now dear students, next question, draw the structure of ClO2 and gives its usage. This is also very important questions for examination point of view. So its usage, it acts as bleaching agent. It is also good oxidizing agent. So look the diagram about the ClO2. Here Cl have 1 odd electrons, that's why it also behave as paramagnetic nature. So one diagram can be drawn for this question. Here the resonance structure are given to understand better about the concept of the diagram ClO2. Now dear students, next explain why in spite of nearly the same electronegativity oxygen form hydrogen bonding while chlorine does not. That means the electronegativity of oxygen is 3.5 and Cl is 3.2 or 3.0. In submukh, the electronegativity of Cl is given 3.2. So that means they have similar electronegativity, but due to small size of oxygen can form H bond in respect to chlorine. This I also told you in the condition of H bonding, that the condition for H bonding is small size of electronegative atom and the atom should be more electronegative. Now dear students, next question. Both NO2 and ClO2 are odd electron species, but NO2 dimerized but ClO2 does not. Why? So again the answer is like this. The odd electrons on nitrogen is NO2 is localized, while the odd electrons on chlorine in ClO2 is delocalized. That's given to you in the resonance structure. So that's why NO2 has a tendency to form dimers, but ClO2 does not. So like this way you have to write the answer of this question. Now dear students, here some questions are given to self-assessment test. So look the questions properly. First of all, listen the PPT video properly, and then you can solve the questions by your own self. So first, arrange the following in order of property indicated. So first question, FCl, Br, I are given. You have to write the property increasing order of electron affinity. Then HCl, HBr, HF, Hi given. You have to write the increasing order of acidic strength. Then HCl, HBr, Hi, HF, you have to write the increasing order of boiling points. Next, F2Cl2 Br2I2 given to you. You have to write the decreasing order of bond energy. Then H2O, H2S, H2Se, H2Te. You have to write the order of boiling points. Then MF, MCl, MBr, Mi is given to you. You have to write the decreasing ionic characters of the bond. Then HF, HCl, HBr, Hi given. You have to write the increasing bond dissociation enthalpy. Now second question. Why is Hi stronger reducing agent than HF? This I also told you in the formation of hydride. So listen the PPT video carefully and write the answer. Then question number third, HF is least volatile, whereas HCl is most volatile among the halogen hydride. This I also told you that volatile means tendency to form vapor. So that's why the boiling point of HF is more. That's why they form less vapor in comparison to HCl. This I also told you in the formation of hydrides. So listen the PPT video carefully and also find the answer from the lecture. Then arrange the halogen hydrides in the increasing order of following: dipole moments, reducing power, thermal stability, bond length, ionic character, like this. Now again same thing, do all work in classwork copy, prepare a note with the help of PPT video. Stay safe, stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you dear students.